Mr. Ken Gude, Senior Fellow with the National Security Team at the Center for American Progress. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you.
We just have a couple quick questions for our readership at the Center for American Studies. You spoke earlier today about gun control and the opinions of the presidential candidates Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. How do you think that the rhetoric of the current presidential election and the recent attack in Orlando are going to affect gun control policies in the United States?
Well, we've really seen a change in the politics around guns in the United States over the course of the last year. Democrats really now feel that this is a vote winner for them. This is good politics to be on the side of gun violence protection, and that's why you saw such a strong response from Secretary Clinton, President Obama, but all down in the Senate and the House. Democrats took to the floor of the Senate in a talking filibuster. They actually even held a sit-in with one of our famous civil rights leaders in the House to try and get a vote on a gun violence prevention bill. So this is a real change. Donald Trump has spoken at the NRA already. He's going to be advocating the traditional Republican line on guns. But it's really Democrats that are changing, and that's going to change this landscape in the future.
Thank you very much. And with regard to the recent attack in Orlando and also attacks that have occurred recently in Turkey, what do you think the position of the United States should be right now on terrorism and the fight against extremism?
I think the American people are very unnerved about the situation in Iraq and Syria, the attacks from ISIS in Europe and the United States. It is a time in which the American people feel very unsafe about terrorism. The approach that the Obama administration has taken, I think, is the right one. Try and put the pressure on the Islamic State in its homeland in Iraq and Syria, and we've seen some real gains particularly on the Iraq side in recent months. And also work with our European partners to establish a strong intelligence sharing network so that we can do our best to identify foreign fighters that try and come back either into Europe or into the United States, and work collaboratively to deal with these challenges. But also at home, ensure that our law enforcement and intelligence agencies have the resources that they need to protect the American people. And one of the aspects and one of the pieces that has come out since the Orlando shooting is to try and prevent individuals that the government suspects of terrorism and involvement in terrorism from being able to purchase weapons. That is a key distinction between Democrats and Republicans right now. Republican orthodoxy and support for guns and gun rights is so strong that it even forces them to try and ensure that people who the government believes are suspected terrorists to be able to buy guns. And it's a remarkable position, but it's just an indication of how strong the feeling for gun ownership is among the Republican Party, that it even trumps concerns about terrorism.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gude, for your important opinions.
Thank you.